washed out skin. For just a single second. Can I share a sincere feeling of removing you for once? I apologize on behalf of Catherine. We had a deal not to burden others with our internal squabbles. It would seem, however, that the deal no longer stands. I don't remember making no deals. I will not allow yet another night to revolve around you and your cynicism. Come here, Annie. Let us continue this discussion in private.
Annie, great job with testing us.
Some incredible testing right there. It's moments like this I regret not having hands to clap with.
Is this the good tub bathtub routine?
My bunkmate is even more on edge than usual due to tonight's events. Frank's apparent escape rattled everyone's cages, so to speak.
Who you calling a bunkmate? I am the bunk, you lousy bastard. Besides, if anything, Frank busting out of here has lifted my spirits. Although if I hear that prick saying how we're under code red lockdown one more time, I'll run a cyanide bath myself.
Please, for both of our sakes, tone down your feelings towards the site coordinator and curb your illicit activities.
You know what? Seeing as it's already been an eventful night, maybe we ought to spice it up a bit more. Listen well. The coordinator spends more time thinking about you than you realize. And I mean a lot. See, if I were you, I'd think real good and hard about visiting his office on the upper floors.
What's going on here?
I just figured you might want to find out why Pops took off all those years ago.
What do you know about my father?
I don't know nothing, but I can promise you that he does.
Even if I wanted to check out his office, which I'm not saying I do, you and I both know that it's impossible to get in there because he's holed up inside it 24/7.
I've got 3 words for you. Code Crimson Lockdown. 2 outbreaks on a single night? That wouldn't look good for a little site coordinator. I'd go as far to say he'd be forced to leave the premises immediately, as per safety and regulations, because the precious coordinator has to be protected at all cost. And that would mean his office would be free for anyone to indulge their curiosity. Go to the meeting room, pick it from there, and see where it leads you.
What the hell?
Well, that's our peaceful retirement going down the drain.
If you need help, I ain't going nowhere. And no, you might not like everything you find up there, but you gotta face the music.
Oh, you're done with that thing. Ugh. Both condolences and congratulations are in order. I'd say I hope it wasn't too much of a nuisance, but that's unlikely. Alright, well, go do whatever it is you do around here until you clock out. Some of us don't have the luxury that comes with the lack of responsibility. between his screams of agony, you will be keeping him company in that cell. I can promise you that.
On bucket duty tonight. Fun times.
What's up? I can tell something's on your mind.
Just, thinking about some old friends of mine. That's all.
John has friends on the outside? Wait here until I go and share that bombshell with Ray.
They're not around anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to pry.
That's fine. Been a while since they passed. Buddies of mine, from back when I was part of the MTF, before I got demoted down here. The reason I am here.
What do you mean?
We were part of an op gone south. An op that shouldn't have been given a green light in the first place. But hey, the monster was contained. What have we got to complain about? Shut up and wave your flags and medals.
What happened?
What was a calculated risk on their part, as they like to put it. What they didn't calculate was me being the only survivor. They should have just listened to what I had to say before the op, and no one would have gotten hurt. My suits never were ones for listening. They'd rather tell tales about all the SCPs they've contained, document them, and give them random numbers. But what you'll never find in those files is even a mention of all the lives laid down to secure those SCPs in the first place. I suppose that's just part of the job. Anyway, I wouldn't stop giving them hell. So they sent me on my merry way down here as a token of appreciation.
Do you miss them? Your friends?
Not a minute goes by where I wouldn't trade places with any one of them. And I feel like each additional one I get is a minute I didn't deserve. I've said too much. It's, not exactly something I like to talk about. But me not talking about it ain't gonna fix what they did.
And getting back at them would?
It'd make things a little easier, that's for sure.
Hopefully I'll have something to offer by the time this night's through.
You do that.
Why do we have to stay behind and guard this asshole? Who's gonna come for him? The bathtub?
Watch it. He might hear you.
Intruder! Fire at will! Why do we have to stay behind and guard this asshole? Who's gonna come for him? The bathtub?
Watch it. He might hear you.
Commencing conscription interview with candidate 3546. Well, Annie, looks like you found yourself in a bit of a pickle. My. I have to say, looking at you, I never think you had all this felony in you.
Then why don't you look the fuck away?
Aren't you a peach? Luckily for you, I belong to an organization that can make all of this go away. You could walk out that door and put all this behind you like a bad dream.
Look, mister, I've been on the streets for a while now, and I've yet to see anything being up for grabs without something being asked in return. So why don't you level with me and spare me the bullshit?
Very well. We could use someone with your particular skills.
Meaning what?
Oh, I'm afraid I can't disclose our due diligence. But rest assured, we've been particularly diligent when it comes to you.
What's the catch?
No catch. Well, maybe a small one. There is a certain medication you would be required to take. I'm instructed to tell you that it could alter your memory, but just between us, I can assure you that it will. Allow me to leave you with this. When opportunity comes knocking, you do well to open the door. All you have to do is sign on the dotted line.
Not like I want to remember anyway.
Wonderful. Welcome, Annie.
got the ingredients to make a catastrophe. Should talk to the bathtub. I have everything I need to trigger the bucket, but I can't get to it. It's locked off behind level 5 clearance.
Aren't you buddies with that security guard? I reckon he's got level 5 clearance. He has a chip on his shoulder, too, so you should try asking him to join the cause. After all, if there ever was a night for trying your luck, it's this one.
I'll see what I can do. I need to talk.
Sure. What can I do you for?
Are you happy here, John?
You looking to transfer into HR? What gives, Annie?
Just an honest question. You're always looking out for others. Someone ought to look after you from time to time.
Well, I'd like to think I've earned enough respect around here for you to not try and cajole the shit out of me. So why don't you and I just cut through the bull and get to the heart of the matter? What do you need?
I need to break into the site coordinator's office.
And why is that, exactly?
I don't even know where to start, really.
That makes two of us, D-Class. But I'm waiting for a bone here, and I can wait a long time.
I'm sorry. There are things from my life I can't really talk about. Things I don't know how to talk about.
As a walking checklist of your Pathfinder protocol, I can see where you're coming from. But what I don't see is how breaking into our supervisor's office has anything to do with that.
You're gonna laugh and think it's stupid.
Kid, we're 10 feet of steel away from Curator. I'm pretty sure I can handle it.
The bathtub. It told me that the coordinator has some sort of fixation with me and my life. And that he should have some kind of information on me in his office.
What kind of information?
That's what I need to find out.
All right. I'll bite.
There's also something else.
I'm listening.
It's not just the amnestics that have been wearing me out lately. I keep having these flashbacks.
Flashbacks? Of what?
I'm not sure. But I think it's that house I keep testing. Only it's different somehow. Like it's from some time long ago. I can't explain it, but I know it ties into all this somehow. Testing that same house over and over with the same outcome? There's a reason why they only want me on the job. There has to be.
Now just tell me one more thing. What do you hope to find up there?
What happened to my father?
It's good enough for me. Oh, shit. All right. I'm in. What do you need from me?
Your level 5 clearance. We need to go and wake someone up.
Oh, level 5? Wait a minute, you... The bucket? Are you fucking insane? How convenient you forget to mention the meanest SCP in the building being a part of this operation up until now.
We need to trigger a Code Crimson lockdown in order for the coordinator to leave his office. You know the protocol, and I don't know of any other lockdown-inducing material lying around. Do you?
Fuck it. Let's give it to him. I'll unlock the door. Now might be a good time to wrap up that will and testament, if you haven't already.
Deal. And thank you.
Don't thank me till we're in the clear.
What's all that ruckus down there? I made it clear that it'll be your head on a pike and... What? No! What have you done? Sir, we need to extract you aboard the evac chopper immediately, as per protocol. No! 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 I can't have this happen! No, Anthony! I'll make you all pay for this!
None of this would have been necessary in the first place if you just... Oh, look who's awake. Care to join in on the fun of stitching up your friend who almost died?
Ray, please, not now.
Oh, not now? You don't feel like it, huh? Sorry to inconvenience you. Do you have any idea what could have happened? To John? To me? No time for that, right? Better just roll the dice and hope for the best. He'll make it, by the way. Not that you give a flying fuck. And all this for what? Just to mess with them? Or have you decided to exercise your demons in the most fucked up way imaginable? Don't you have anything to say to me?
I can't.
But of course you can't. This is not what I meant when I said you should take control for a change.
Why don't you get off my fucking back for a change?
You know what? Whatever. Go finish that thing off yourself and do whatever it is you need to, because I don't want to look at you right now.
I kill this thing?
Those decontamination chambers have heavy-duty doors. You tried cutting it in half with them?
How do I kill this thing?
Those... The sound of that alarm echoing through these hallways. Music to my ears. Beautiful work, Annie. Just beautiful.
Now that you got that out of your system, what matters is that you're still in one piece.
If I could have seen his face while he was being dragged under that event chopper. Oh, ouch! Pick me up, because I'm beginning the trip. What are you doing here, anyways? Don't you have an office to ransack?
First things first. What's your beef with the site coordinator? You owe me that much.
Over my shattered body. Even with all the good you did tonight, I ain't telling you zilch.
If you're having her be your little errand girl, the least you could do is reveal the reason behind your ill will.
Don't you dare, you miserable.
No! You've done enough yapping for the night! Besides, don't forget that both of us were affected! It's not only you here, you know!
It's not only me, it's only one. I'm the only one drinking this one.
Annie, I apologize for losing my temper. I don't like to use my big voice often.
It's okay. Don't sweat it. I'm all ears.
It was a while back, before your time at the Replication Division, on a night not unlike this one. The director was still a mid-level technician at the time, and we were quite close, actually, the three of us. We'd schmooze over this and that, the daily running of the facility, and our common love of the arts. He was a kinder man back then, or at least he seemed that way.
Didn't fool me.
Save that for someone else. You'd be all bubbly whenever he was around. So, one night he storms in here, aggravated beyond belief, eyes bulging, veins popping out, the whole hog. Apparently the director at the time berated him for some maintenance error.
Go figure.
He didn't take it all too well. And to add insult to this grave injury, a colleague made fun of him in front of the whole staff because of it. So he barges in, skips the usual hellos, and instead proceeds to unzip his trousers.
His what?
His trousers. Somewhere in between the berating and the mockery, he apparently decided that the best course of action would be to relieve himself all over us.
Huh?
If you're confused, imagine our reaction at the time. We don't get confused for our filthy ceramic cousin as often as you might think.
But why?
After he finished, he just scurried off. Didn't even have the common courtesy to utter a word. You know, after urinating on someone, the least you could do is say sorry. Anyway, we found out the next day that he'd framed a colleague who made fun of him for this little mishap. Used it as a little bargaining chip for climbing up the corporate ladder to a promotion. Management just loves a tattletale. So in a way, that night was the stepping stone towards him becoming the man he is today. One could almost say he peed his way to the top.
Did you try telling someone what he did?
Oh, I wanted to. But someone wasn't willing to share anything about that incident.
Can you even imagine how humiliating it was for us? There's no greater sign of disrespect than that for a bathtub. Wanna know how long the feeling stays, even after the smell dissipates? For a long fucking time.
You said us? I haven't heard you say that for the longest time. Makes me feel all warm.
It's probably the piss talking. Get your head out of your ass. There, you know everything. Happy now? Get out of here and leave me be. And if you want to leave a little something in his office for when he returns, you have my blessing.
Keeper's Journal 2473. Testing on our primary objective, designated number SCP-R-9237, also known as the House, carries on, but to no avail. The replica and its tester, Subordinate 3546, have not yet forged a link potent enough to bridge the gap between realities on a stable basis. Subordinate 3546 is, as of yet, unaware of her link to both the House and the events that transpired within. She is, however, beginning to demonstrate temporal reflexive memory relapse. This was expected, given her familial connection to the location. Luckily, she cannot form coherent memories as of yet. The amnestics are, at this point, still successful enough in their suppression, but it's only a matter of time before her recollection breaks through. Meanwhile, our attempts at retrieving the original house are unsuccessful, and on a personal note, are becoming increasingly frustrating. Subordinate 3546's father was able to cross the threshold and enter the house, but his method of ingress remains unclear. It's obvious the house needs to be recorded with the handheld camera from the radio tower, but the combination of steps needed to transfer the house into our reality continues to elude us. It is becoming apparent that D-Class 3546 will have to be involved directly at the location. However, this is a last resort, which implies relinquishing our control of the situation. I am determined to avoid such drastic measures for as long as possible. Case log ended.
I know this place.
you. You've been gone for an hour.
I'm here. I know where I need to go. Please, just help me get out of here now.
Oh, okay. We'll do what we can on our end. Meet us in front of the elevator in replication testing. We'll lift the lockdown from inside the security room.
Ah, we're going with quiet suffering. I didn't think you were the type.
I'm sorry. This was all my fault.
Well, there was an offer on the table to fuck over our employer. And if I recall, I accepted said offer without putting up too much of a fight.
That was shitty of me. I knew what I had to say to lead you on.
No one could ever force me to do anything I didn't want to do in the first place. So don't flatter yourself. Besides, I can't remember the last time I enjoyed myself at work this much. Thanks for that.
What'll happen to you now? They won't just let all of this slide.
I guess we'll have to wait and see. Whatever it is, I'll be sure to meet it with a grin. Don't you worry about that.
Are you feeling better?
Ray patched me up, so I'll be just fine. But it looks like the two of you have some patching up your own to attend to. Be gentle, Annie. She cares for you. Good luck, D-Class. Go find what needs finding.
Well, I guess it's out in the open now. Some of it, at least. The rest is up to you.
It was not our place to tell you anything. I hope you understand that.
I get it. Don't worry. It's not like I found out that much. Just that I need to keep on digging. But at least I know where to dig.
Arm yourself with a sturdy shovel, then.
Yeah, and, don't get killed or something dumb like that.
What my friend is trying to get across, although not that eloquently, is that you make sure to take care of yourself out there, Annie.
Thanks. To both of you.
Oh, and, about the peeing thing. Don't ever tell anyone.
Not a soul.
You're a good sport.